Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faroe Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Jayhawks will put total leather and we'll get started.
All right, we'll get right to
fair catch, called for and made.
It should, but also, does the app have a Warner address on it? All right. Yeah. Just go and take care of the mother since
on first down, here comes this offense.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take you're gonna have to hand it from the Rudy to the Tootie, but
and the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Yeah. But
and I think
that was
looking for a reason to ignite the home crowd, coming out on first down, throwing the football, but the defense was ready. Nice job getting to the quarterback, making a big sack on the first play of the game.
Yeah,
wide out in motion.
Right.
Quarterback will audible.
Right.
Looking downfield, it's Horn. Unloads to the wide out. Connection to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
I just love the job this offensive line is doing in this game, communicating pre-snap. They know where the pass rush is coming from, and they're working their single and double teams and not giving up any ground. Just look how clean that pocket was for the quarterback to throw from.
Looking to go up top on first down. The freshman able to get home with the sack. And the Tigers want to move quickly. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Mizzou put a spanking on the Jayhawks the last time they met.
Wins always feel great, but Missouri blowing out Kansas for them, that was ecstasy for their players, coaches, and fans.
Yeah, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be like, yeah, we own you. Like, go back to where you came from and just letting you know, like, this rivalry isn't a rivalry between us and you.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. And the defense doing work. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. He'll call for the fair catch here. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Moving out of the pocket. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. You do think basketball in this rivalry, but there is football history. Gale Sayers, Todd Reese, and Chase Daniel, the Mangino era for the Jayhawks. At times, this was one of the best rivalries on the planet.
Well, they started playing in 1891. It's unfortunate with conference realignment that this rivalry game kind of went away. I wish we saw it more often.
Yeah, and we've seen it all across college football. We get robbed of the rivalries, and then in turn, we kind of forget about them. So good to have this rivalry back.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quickly to the tight end. They stripped it out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
First down for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Looking to move it through the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Looking to throw, it's Terrell. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. And the offense coming out on the field. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry about it.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Missouri wants to go fast. He's going to pass. Fires to the middle. Picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Off play action on first down. Now sliding to his left. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. We'll get this quarter going with a second down play. Looking for a man. It's Terrell. He finds his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the left. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Wow, what a big play. And how about the hit stick tackle right there? That's one this offense is going to remember.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And he's out of bounds at the 24, a yard short of where he would have wound up with the touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot.
Oh, good pass.
Inside the 20. Touchdown,
Goodness.
Missouri! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Makes the grab. It's Morrison.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Right on target with that last pass. Now it's second and medium. Back to pass. It's Terrell. Moves away as he feels pressure.
Oh my goodness. Threw it too short. Damn, threw it right to him.
Return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
When you get that quarterback, he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll. You roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Missouri gets to the line quickly. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up for the PAT. And it's perfect. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again.
Man. I thought I tapped it. Should have tapped it, huh?
Line gets set, first down. To the air, it's Terrell. Throws to the back. Firing to the right, complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got his man downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. It was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
They're going to throw it again. Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, Jayhawks. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, running back gets to give. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Back to throw, it's Horn. It's complete on the right side. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the football bounds across the sidelines. They'll lose a couple. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That sack's on him, not the O-line. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat.
Oh, wrong guy.
Gets it
Oh, my God.
zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket. Penalty. He'll try to tack on one more. Splits the uprights. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut
Are you number 6?
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll pull it down.
Was I across the line?
Down on the field as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the penalty is. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Terrell. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Getting some heat. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive on? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
He wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They want to just keep throwing it. Got it behind the line. It's Morrison. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, Rock Chalk! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Horn. He tries to take the top off. And he reels it in inside the 30.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads it left.
Wow. Nice play.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
looking to throw. Buys a little time. Makes the catch.
Who's
Goes out
supposed to
of
be
bounds
with him?
just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
So surprised. We have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. On to attempt the try. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his own 20.
He's gonna squeeze through there one time. He's gonna squeeze through there one time, boy. I tell you.
25, he's brought down at the 26. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Potter.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Terrell. Looking to scramble. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. The short hands, it's Morrison. At the 40, there he goes.
Oh, no.
Ruins the big gainer
He was
with the
down.
fumble.
He was down.
Defense
He was down.
covering it up and not letting the offense get it.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
He was down.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. And the Jayhawks have it with a 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Skips away from pressure. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down and go to a situation and move your offense backwards.
Off the boot, looking for his man. Starts to scramble to the left. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Third and goal from way back there. To the air, it's Terrell. Trying to get to it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Goodness gracious. This is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback.
Oh, I'll take it.
Sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Jayhawks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking for the end zone on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You've got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
That really nice job by the defense. Understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Scanning the field, it's Horn. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
That was a nice swat. Even Dikembe Mutombo would love to wave his fingers side to side and say, no, no.
The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Finds his big tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
That's really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They moved him forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play. Most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Mark Chunk Jayhawks. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Dropping back, it's Horn. Feeling some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the...
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Hoping to find one that works this time on 2nd down from the 7. He's looking to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Makes the grab outside. It's Stewart. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Burrow. He's going up top here late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
The back goes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses to 45. Can anyone catch him? He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20.
Oh, come on.
The defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. Looking to pass, it's Terrell. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
They want to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a more play to pad the stats. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Off the play fake on first down. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone, and time has run out. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
What? What? Appa, get out of there. Appa.
Well, Jets, this is just the news I was looking for. We'll see you tomorrow. First Take starts now.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this We're Here Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, this program starts now. Football! Oh, we're here, aren't we? Yes, we are. Just 2 days from now, the NFL will kick off its season when the Kansas City Chiefs will play host to the Baltimore Ravens. This past weekend kicked off a full slate of college football. It was electrifying from start to finish. We have officially made it to football season. It's a wonderful time to be alive. There's a lot to catch up on. The Talks tables here at Boston Collins and at Ty Schmidt. Sweet polo, Coach. How we feeling over there?
Fantastic. You know, it is game week. We've been waiting for a long time for the NFL to be back. 2 games during the week, and then obviously NFL Sunday. It truly feels like a dream, and college football delivered all weekend.
Yeah, college football not only delivered this past weekend all the way into last night as Boston College gets a massive dub over Florida State. We'll talk about everything that happened in week 1 of college football, but it does feel like even the Florida State-Georgia Tech weekend with 4 games, Hawaii playing as well, that delivered. Then this past weekend delivered. They're saying numbers are through the roof. Everybody is yearning for football in Ty. The Iowa Hawkeyes might have their best football team they've ever had.
They just might. You know, everyone kind of scoffed at me and laughed at me when I said, hey, this Iowa offense is going to look a lot more like, you know, Oregon offense. And, I mean, I don't know. You score 40 points in the season opener. You put up almost 500 yards of total offense, completely dismantle Illinois State. And, yeah, we're talking national championship.
Okay, I understand Big Ten dreams and aspirations. Yeah. There's a wagon over there in Happy Valley. Just want to give you a heads up. Everybody
Ohio State looks pretty good, too.
Pretty solid. I mean, there's a lot of, and I'm excited to see, you know, who comes out. USC. I mean,
yeah, that was great.
USC had a massive win over LSU. The Big Ten's obviously packed in that. Who wasn't on the sideline for that particular game, if you could tell me?
Yeah, Coach Ferentz had to sit at home for that one.
Is Coach Ferentz on the sideline anytime one of these offensive coordinators, even his boy, whenever they say we want to run something electrifying, and he's just in a headset, run the ball up the middle for no yards? Is Kirk Ferentz the one that's been holding back this offense for this entire time, or him being absent and then you guys resembling a football team post 2000? What's going on here, you think?
I mean, it's certainly possible. Listen, I'd never say anything negative about Coach Ferentz. Just wouldn't do it. He's an excellent man. He's a great role model. He's exactly what you would want for a head football coach if you were, you know, rooting on for a team. But yeah, let's just say what Kirk says goes typically. So he did say going into this year, hey, listen, I'm gonna hand the reins over to Tim Lester and I'm gonna let him do his thing. Now we've heard that many times before, and kind of to your point, it's been, hey, let's run a double reverse pass here. Kirk, run the goddamn ball. We're not doing that. So, but yeah, he wasn't there, and the offense, it looked great.
It did. It looked like football.
It did.
It looked like football, and I've paid attention to the Iowa Hawkeyes for a long time. Pat Anger, obviously, came in mind. Mitch King, A.J. Eads, you know, little Dallas Clark, Bob Sanders. You know, I have deep history with the Iowa Hawkeyes from the Indianapolis Colts days, and then I'm around you, so I've been following the Iowa Hawkeyes. It has been cruel and unusual punishment to watch that football for a while.
Without a doubt.
Like, so incredibly dominant on the defensive side. Torrey Taylor was awesome for me to watch.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but whenever the punter's potentially getting a Heisman vote from your fan base, that obviously says a lot about how your modern football is going. Them putting up 40, 500 yards, let's go, Iowa. Because Iowa's going to win games without offense.
Without a doubt.
So now that you actually have an offense, potentially, look out. Is this the year for the Iowa Hawkeyes?
It could be. It could be. I mean, I say it every year, but I'm really feeling it after last Saturday. I really am.
One half of the hammer, Cowboys turn digs. There's a lot of overreacting to this week 1 football. Like, for instance, Miami's back. Holy shit. Big boy just went absolutely bananas. And on the flip side, University of Florida's dead. I mean, that is absolutely over. Florida State's dead, but Boston College might be all the way back with Castellanos and the boys. West Virginia, obviously, tough start.
Yeah.
Tough start. 2-hour delay, people aren't talking about it. It was a 2-hour delay.
Sure. Yeah, they were playing well before.
Sure, they're a second half team. They're a second half team. And sure, you know, West Virginia had a bigger locker room and access to the entire building during that delay. Yeah. And Penn State was confined to a away visitors locker room. And then they came out on the field and played better somehow than they did in the first half. And Penn State might be wagging. I ain't worried about West Virginia one bit. I'll tell you, we didn't look great. Certainly didn't look great. We were certainly outsized in a few positions. I think we're out athletic in a few positions. But the boys got a long road ahead of them. Yeah. And that country road is going to take us everywhere we belong, and that's going to be the Big 12 championship. Yeah. So everything I said before the season still remains.
Okay.
But what I need to adjust a little bit is, boy, Now, I completely forgot, and this is on me, Drew, and the entire Penn State crew. I forgot he's an Ohio guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I forgot he was born and bred in football. I forgot about that. So a leap from one year to the next year, I don't think anybody was talking about it because he stayed there. He didn't transfer. A lot of transfer talk, transfer quarterback this, transfer this. He is a massive son of a bitch. He is a dog, and he's chirping afterwards. He's throwing the ball down the field, putting it in absolute darts and spots. They had a 2-hour delay. He came out even better on the other side. He ran over our guy. I mean, that's a strike right there. Just straight up. That's an NFL ball right there from a guy in the middle of Morgantown. And I don't think many people are taking Penn State as serious going into the year because Penn State's always Penn State. They're good, they're good, they're good, they're good. But whenever it comes to Ohio State or Michigan, it ain't going to work. Now that there's no divisions, Penn State's kind of been left out of the conversation. Now they're top 10 still, obviously, because people have respect for them. But nobody's really chatting about Penn State in the Big Ten. What I think, okay, and obviously they got the two running backs who've been there for somehow 30 years and still getting faster. I don't know how they've come onto the scene since freshmen and still only get better. But Drew Aller, dog, freight train, absolute beast, and a leader. And they stomped the West Virginia Mountaineers. And obviously the rain put the fire out in West Virginia. But the way Penn State played also became a little drizzle of our happiness in this entire thing. Neil Brown said, we wouldn't have been able to beat a 7-part team. Well, there's a reason that your team plays bad. It's only because of what's going on the other side. Their offensive coordinator said this is just really just a couple basic ingredients. And it's like with you adding Drew Aller, with what they have going on with returners, and they seemingly are big, all across the board. Number 1 rush defense in the country last year. Offensive line was able to give Drew a lot of time. I don't know if that's because West Virginia's not good. West Virginia's still going to win the Big 12.
Sure. And their outside linebackers, we know our coach well.
Big guy. You can't spell victory without
victory.
And that's the outside linebackers coach. Victor, he's got to figure it out. Obviously, all the boys over the plane and everything. But I don't think Penn State was being talked about. And I don't think people are giving them much credit after beating this West Virginia team. But there's a chance this Penn State team is built to actually do some damage this year. And I'm almost pumped for our friends up in Happy Valley, even though, they are certainly a bunch that will tell us whenever they are very good.
There was a big tier conversation in the Big Ten this year before the season started, and it was Oregon, Ohio State are the cream of the crop. Now, Ohio State, they ended up blowing out Akron. It took them a little bit to get going. But
well, Jeff Moorhead's going to have a crew, right?
Yeah, Oregon won by 10 into Idaho. That was kind of shocking there. And then that next tier was Penn State, Michigan kind of this year, just because it's basically everyone that Michigan lost. Michigan won by 20. They didn't look great. Penn State, of all of them, of all the Big Ten teams, now USC had an incredible victory. Okay, Iowa obviously put up 500 yards. Penn State looked really, really good with new OC Andy Ketelenecki, who comes over from Kansas, who they turned that program around with that offense. So now that Penn State has actual explosive plays and that defense and that run game, Penn State's going to be a problem.
Aller looks like the real deal, though.
Yeah.
And I loved him chirping. Now, granted, it was against West Virginia, so don't love that. But I like the fact that he's got that baby face. He's huge.
Yep.
Nobody was chatting about him from last year to this year, maybe taking a massive step. Feels like he did. Now, once again, we don't know about either of these teams, any of these teams.
Right.
I had a lot of people telling me, about not picking every game right on a college game. It's of this particular time of year. Some of these teams are going to go on and have great success. One of these teams is going to go win a national championship. Is it the teams that we thought about in the beginning? Like what Georgia did to Clemson, obviously, they should certainly be chatted about.
Yeah.
And Carson Beck's going to be great. They're going to have returners and everything they got going on. ETN didn't even play. We'll assume whenever he gets on the field, he's going to be absolutely bananas as well. But we're overreacting to everything because anything could happen with the start of this college football season. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's here looking incredibly D-Butch. College football has held up for us here.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it hasn't in the past, but I think there's been a lot more interest, storyline, and primetime games here early that has really drawn everybody's football interest, and they've delivered all weekend.
Great start to the college football season. I know week 0 was the start. Week 1 was incredible. Talked about all these teams. UConn, tough start. I don't think we'll be going to the Big 12 anytime soon, but
you guys suck.
It was good to see Drew Aller, Penn State, and those explosive players. That's what they were missing last year. So to see them come out the gate like that. But UConn aside, big time UM fan, and it's a great time to be a Hurricane fan, especially what's going on in Florida State. and UF beat the shit out of the Gators in their home. But Cam Ward is an absolute dog. We got a quarterback, and we got a team around him, so I'm excited about what UM has cooking this year. I think make a run this year, especially with their schedule. They should definitely be in the playoffs.
ACC, there is a lot of conversation around the ACC right now. Who's it going to be? Virginia Tech, we thought with 20 returning starters, wouldn't lay an egg early against Vandy, but Pavia might be.
Yeah.
With this new transfer portal, all you need is a couple guys in a couple places, and all of a sudden your team can flip around. Cam Ward getting dropped into Miami, awesome. Seems like the perfect moxie, swagger, playing style for Miami. He's flashy, but also he's like a veteran leader. It's like it's a perfect marriage. It feels like it's going to be. And we don't know what's going on in Florida, but boy, Napier feels like
guy can't open a water bottle. How the hell is he supposed to coach football?
They got him, though. They got him. It was one of those whoopty-woos on the plastic.
He took a shot at his fan base.
They're taking shots at him, too. It is. They're in a bad spot down there, but let's talk about the good spots. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to debut something that I hope lasts. There's a good chance it doesn't with this particular program.
Sure.
Okay. We can potentially get sued at any moment for any of these things. We could potentially lose interest, or we could just forget that it exists. But it's here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our top wide plays of week 1 of the college football season. Let's go to Bobby Moe, Wale's school. Robert Morris taking on Utah State. Look at sophomore from Danville, PA, Robert Carter Jr. Going up again, it was some good pizzazz. Utah State thought they had a deep shot. Kid out of Danville, Robert Carter Jr. says, give me that thing. Let's go to the number 2 wide play that we found this weekend. Wisconsin taking on Western Michigan. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Leap over the ref. Shout out to the ref here. No penalty was called. He just called his touchdown and went about his day. Reverse angle says, to the official, Naquan Washington with the ups, and the ref, who I think had a great weekend, were fantastic. We just chatted about this earlier. 6'5", whatever the hell he is. Drew Aller dogging people, then talking his shit. This guy, Ohio guy, proved to me and all of West Virginia that last year isn't the same Drew Aller as this year, as he shoved Slaughter down as one of our guys and said, right in his face immediately afterwards. James Franklin had a there's the whites in his face. Next play here from Ole Miss. Jackson Dart throws a 61-yard dime to Trey Harris. Jackson Dart's moxie is obviously through the roof. Another year in the system with Lane Kiffin. Really could have put 6 of these plays on from this particular game, because the big story of this is the fact that they played against Furman, right? But at some point, you're going to give up something. They win 76-0. Not even a point given up against the 5th stringers. Let's go to the next one here. USC wide receiver Kyron Hudson. Hey, one-handed grab in the middle of double coverage. What a throw from Miller. What a catch. Made the whole Sin City say, He had 5 catches for 83 yards. What a win for USC. A lot of people are wondering what the hell was going to happen without Caleb. Well, highlights galore. Their stars are still out in Los Angeles, and Miller Moss might be an absolute guy. Let's go down to Miami. Obviously, D-Bucks just talked about it. Transfer from Washington State. Had numerous plays. Had a walk-off before getting hit out of bounds in the first quarter. And then one of these dimes across the back made everybody in Miami say, He went for 418 total yards. 3 passing touchdowns, and the entire world now believes that the U is back. I can't wait for some Michael Irvin shit talk. Let's go to a team that we found out over the offseason with T. Hill's freestyle to the defense. Here's Taylor Green of Arkansas. They're taking on Arkansas Pine Bluff. Wide. 250 combined yards on this one play, we shall say. He went for 317 total and 4 touchdowns as Arkansas beats the dog shit out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. This looked like an adult playing against kids, and we don't know what Arkansas is going to look like by the end of the year.
No.
Let's remember they're investing. They got good new coaches. They got maybe a whole new team. You might have big NIL money.
Right.
We have Hey, sweet. ladies and gentlemen, the word of the weekend. Let's go all the way back to Thursday. North Dakota State, Colorado. Travis Hunter says, word. Immediately after Shedeur Sanders says, just catch that shit in the huddle. I'm going to throw it, just catch that shit. Travis Hunter certainly did. 7 catches, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a word of a grab that made everybody say, how the hell did he do that? Now let's get to 2 word players of the weekend. Couldn't pick just one play because they had so many. Let's go to Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. Ran for 267 yards and 6 touchdowns in a win over Georgia Southern. That's a Boise State school record. You go back in time, running back Ian Johnson was a dog whenever we brought the Smurf turf into reality. Now Ashton Jeanty, 267 yards, 6 TDs. That is our word player of the week. And also, out of Arizona, let's go to Tetaroa McMillan, the Irish Ooze. Ran wild, 10 receptions, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns in win over New Mexico. That's not the quarterback. That is a wide receiver. He had 10 receptions for 304 yards for 4 touchdowns. That was our word players of the week and our word plays of the weekend. Shout out to college football. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is senior NFL insider for ESPN, Michigan man Adam Schefter.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Oh, Schefter. Wow. A little rough around the edges. Schefter, you had a long night, maybe.
It was longer. Mine or yours, Pat? Who's got more?
Certainly mine, in multiple conversations there, but the whole, are you growing a beard? Are you growing a beard right now or no?
No.
You just didn't shave today yet?
No, we got our fantasy draft Wednesday night. I'm busy so preparing for that I don't have time to shave. I got to be ready for my fantasy football drafts Wednesday night.
Respect. How many days of growing is that right there for you?
2 or 3. They don't call me Teen Wolf at the for nothing there, Pat.
Do you grow it up here too, or is that just kind of?
Sometimes here around my eyes, forehead, everywhere. Yeah.
How's the mustache? Can we get a mustache, maybe a shepherd mustache?
Oh, please.
Goatee?
Goatee maybe, but like for November.
Yeah.
You do a mustache for November. I mean, that would be, we could raise some real money.
That'd be fantastic.
And if you got a good one, they call you Teen Wolf. That thing's probably pretty thick up there.
You know what? If we could do that in November and we could raise money for a good cause, I would 100% agree.
Deal.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and I can't wait to see. Mustache. Oh my God, the chef dash.
Are you kidding me?
All right, let's dive into some news. Trent Williams, Ayuk obviously deal gets done, which clears the road seemingly for the Trent Williams get done. It gets announced by his brother via a picture of a private flight back to San Francisco 49ers training. This is a big congrats to Trent, congrats to the Niners. Was there ever a fear that this wasn't going to get done? They were just waiting on the Ayuk deal to see what they could possibly do, or how did this end up coming together so quickly, and was this always the plan?
Well, it's still not done. They're working on finalizing it, and I think there are still a couple of things that they're trying to get through to get him out to practice today in time. It's not done yet, but his agency has announced that they're finalizing it, so if the agency announces it, we'll take them at their word that they could get this finalized by the time the Niners practice today. What's amazing is that, listen, I think that they always wanted to get him back. He had no more guaranteed money in the deal, so when they rework this deal, when they finish it off, it's going to include a lot more guaranteed money in this and next year. That's what's going to happen here when they get this finalized at some point in time. And so that'll be one thing. But then you have the other element is this is a team that has a game 7 days from now, 6 days from now. And they have not had Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey on the practice field all at once getting ready for a game. So today, if this deal does get done, if they can dot the I's and cross the T's, which are not done just yet, if they can get all that done, then they conceivably, as they begin their preparations for the Jets, could have Trent Williams at left tackle, Christian McCaffrey, who missed all training camp basically with a strain cap, and Brandon Ayuk, who missed camp with a Holden, all together, all at once. And again, this is a team that feels like it needs all these guys back to be operating to try to pursue the goals that they have for the upcoming season. But they always wanted this guy back, and they always felt like they would be able to find a way to get it done. And they're close enough now that obviously the agency feels like it's going to get done because the agency doesn't announce that if the deal is not going to get done.
Yeah, because they look like assholes if it doesn't get done. So let's assume that thing is at the goal line congrats to all of them. Getting that done. And you know what else I find interesting is with all the conversation about the 49ers, being off the field pretty much this entire training camp, they're seemingly more together than ever as well. Kyle Shanahan hosted his end of training camp party. He had a cane, was in a throwback. Ayuk was there. Debo was there. The one person that wasn't there was Ricky Pearson because he got shot earlier in the day. And I saw that kind of get reported by a local news person, then the sports media picked it up. Florio, I think everybody kind of got on board with it afterwards. I thought it was kind of fake whenever I read it. It's a very real situation. I think his mom came out and posted that shot went out, exited through his back, but missed all his vital organs. We are very close here to a massive story here. If Ricky dies in San Francisco, and what all do you know about this at this current time, and what do we need to know about this situation?
Well, obviously, it's a story that he's very fortunate to be alive because this is a real serious situation. He gets shot, the bullet goes through his chest and passes out through his back. The Niners put him on NFI. He gets shot about 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. You mentioned that party. Kyle Shanahan has a party, an end of camp, get ready for the season party. That was at his house that night. It was called for 6 o'clock. So they get the news at 3:30 that their first-round draft pick has been shot. They're driving to the hospital, team officials. They don't know what they're going to encounter. Obviously, Ricky Pearson was incredibly fortunate to get out of there with significant injury. He was fortunate to get out of there with his life, frankly. And they were able, once they found out he was okay, that party, and they were going to cancel it. I mean, they were going to cancel it, but when they felt like he was okay, the party went on. And he gets put on NFI. He's out the first 4 games. And he's going to have a chance to come back and play starting in week 5, which is unbelievable considering what he went through on Saturday. Again, really fortunate there.
Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon, seemingly in a pretty popular area, getting shot in the chest. That is wild to think about. Let's all keep our heads on a swivel in this world that we live in. But, hey, Ricky, Godspeed, brother. Godspeed, brother. That was a scary situation. And shout to the Niners. I saw a lot of people saying Niners still had a party even in their first round. And it's like, obviously, there was some sort of messaging that came back and said, hey, going to be okay. He goes through the chest, out the back, no vital organs. I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah. I had no idea that was in there.
That's the point.
I remember when you were a kid, when I was a kid, right hand, left chest, heart, right? I guess the heart is actually center mass. Or does it run? Does it sit one way?
I thought it was like an inch to the left of the center.
I don't know. I'm thinking that thing's right.
It would make more sense for it to be right there, solo place.
But we're happy he's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In the middle of the chest, slightly to the left of the breast.
Oh, so it is left chest there. Okay, good. So that thing had to have gone through there.
Yeah. This side.
But the lungs.
Hey, happy you're okay, Ricky.
Yeah.
Jeff, that's some scary shit. Let's talk about Hassan Reddick. He's the only one that is still holding out, I guess. Has not been to the team's facility since the opening press conference whenever he got traded over there. Not sure he even knows what a meeting could look like as a New York Jet. How does this get resolved? Obviously, there's deadlines that drive decisions and everything like that. Season's very close. We're 2 days. Hey, Chef, we're 2 days away from NFL kickoff. 2 days away. But anyways, what do you think is going to drive this decision, and how do we get a resolution?
Well, at some point, you'd have to think there is going to be a resolution. It just does not appear to be close at this time. I think right now, and these things could change with one phone call, but right now, it would be a surprise if this deal gets done in time for him to play on Monday night. Obviously, it doesn't sound like he's going to be out there against the 49ers, who get back Trent Williams, presuming that deal gets finished off. But Hassan Reddick, again, as we've talked about, they're engaged in this game of chicken, a standoff where the Jets say, we need to give a report before we're going to do a deal. And he says, I'm not reporting until you give me a deal. Neither side has been willing to budge right now. And as long as that's the case, he continues to sit on the sideline, not playing. And again, I haven't gotten any sense that they've made much progress. I haven't gotten any sense that this is getting done anytime soon. The sense I've gotten is that this looks like it's going to drag on. And we'll see if both sides can figure out a way to avert that. But right now, it doesn't sound that.
Okay, I'm excited to see how it all pans out. Because I think that Jets team probably feels as if their defense is going to be very good. Then if Hassan Reddick can come in and rush the passer on top of that, they can figure it out. Let's go. Maybe get him in the building too. He gets to experience what it's like here. Like, hey, you want me?
You know, if you just think about all these situations over time, right? At some point in time, they almost all get get solved. Like, how often does a guy sit out
Le'Veon
an
Bell.
entire year? It's very, very rare. The two Chicago Bears did it. Al Harris and Gary Fensick in 1986, I believe it was, or whatever it was. It's very rare that Sean Gilbert sat out for a while.
Le'Veon Bell told us he needed 17 M's in his front yard, and I guess they never offered that. He held out that.
Who was that?
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh yeah, Le'Veon Bell. No, well, that one went back and forth too, and there were a couple of times where it felt like it could happen, and it didn't. It's just not very common. Now, this one today feels like it has the makings of that, right? But again, they can bridge differences with one phone call and get them in.
Let's go to a different situation that's currently happening. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, Shefty, assuming people are getting very, very worried in Cincinnati as it is game week and Jamar Chase still doesn't have anything done and he's technically, I guess, a hold-in still. Is there anything coming up on game week against the Patriots for Jamar Chase?
Well, look, again, we are at go time. When we did this spot last week, we talked about the fact that there was going to be a renewed push, extra effort from all these teams and players at this point in time. We said that last Monday, I believe it was, and then a couple hours later, C.D. Lamb gets done, Brandon Ayuk gets done later in the week, Trent Williams looks like it's on the way to getting done today, and we're waiting still on Hassan Reddick, which again, doesn't feel like it's going to budge, and Jamar Chase. Now, this one is, I think it's tricky, and it's tricky because Ayuk and Lamb had 1 year remaining on their deals for teams that had been open about their desire to get deals done and to keep those guys. In this particular case, we got a receiver with 2 years left on his deal. Now, 2 years, look, they did Joe Burrow with 2 years left. And there have been other players like Devontae Smith that got done with 2 years left. But the Bengals have already said that they'd prefer to wait, even though they have been working on a deal. And I do believe they've made another push to try to get something done here. But they also know that Jamar is pretty dug in here. Now, do I think he's going to be willing to skip games? That's the question. We don't know how he feels because he hasn't spoken to the media. All we know is he hasn't gone through an actual football practice. Like, he went through the individual drills last week, but there's been no football practice, 11 on 11, all spring and all summer. Now, again, I think the Bengals, behind closed doors, are making another push to try to get something done. And I think that if we go back to last year, when did Joe Burrow's deal get done? The first game of the year kicked off Thursday night, Lions at Chiefs, 8:15 Eastern. 11 minutes later, 8:26, the Bengals and Joe Burrow reach agreement on a massive new deal that makes Burrow the highest paid quarterback in the game and still does. So that deal came 11 minutes into the opener. And I almost feel like we're on that type of trajectory where if he's going to play at all this week against New England, that deal has to get figured out in the next 48 hours. And even then, you might only be able to use him in certain situations like red zone spots, key third downs, whatever it may be. Maybe you even dress them and you have them, but you don't even use them. Because the truth of the matter is they should be able to handle New England at home. The key thing here is that the Bengals play the Chiefs next week in week 2. And that becomes, to me, a real leverage point for Jamar Chase. Because if somehow, some way, he's still not practicing, not playing in that game against that team, that impacts your ability in a game that could very well have seeding ramifications later in the season. So there's a lot riding on this. Both sides know it. Both sides are going to work to get it done, but it is a tricky deal to get done. My guess is somehow they figure it out. If it were me, I'm paying the guy. He's one of the best players in football. You're going to pay him. Just get it done now. Get him in the field. Get him in the lineup and move on. But that's not the way that this is proceeded.
Yeah, and you talk about the leverage of Jamar Chase having the Chiefs next week. He also has the leverage of the fine ain't nothing because his contract is so small. You know, it's like you miss a game check. Jamar's like, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Joe Burrow had a backless jacket on. That's worth more than one of my game checks at this exact moment. So hopefully they'll be able to get it sorted. If you miss the season, though, they can't just roll over this year and the next year. Like, if this got real messy, it could get very messy, right?
The contract would toll if he didn't play this year. You know, again, this is an extreme. We're not saying this is going to happen. We're going over the various scenarios. If he doesn't play this year and the contract tolls, I guess if I'm Jamar Chase, I say, so what? Well, I'm getting a new deal before I step out on the football field, whether that's now or in the offseason. It doesn't matter.
Well, good luck to Jamar. Good luck to the Bengals. Good luck to Joey Burrow.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need that there. This is the first time. What news you got? Anything good? I saw you looking at it a couple times. Is that like, hey?
Yeah, well, it keeps buzzing. I'm 7 texts behind. It's okay.
Anything good? Anything good?
Yeah,
You should check it.
Well, you know what I love? You know what I love is that when I'm doing the show, I get people that text and comment on it. Like we were talking about growing the mustache in November for charity. I already have somebody texting me about a charity that they want us to donate the money to, which maybe we'll do some of that. I have my own charity in mind, of course, but somebody's like, hey, if I'm going to grow a mustache and sport a mustache and repel my wife any more than I already do, then at least I want it to go to a charity that I choose. But
no, that might not be repellent, brother. That might be the right side of the magnet.
Yeah,
as opposed to the wrong side of the magnet. You don't know what you look like with that mustache. What if he comes? I just had an image of Super Mario. Don't need that. It was just on my TV yesterday. We don't need that, you know. But what if that thing is
Sam Elliott?
Yeah, shout out to DoorDash too, by the way, the greatest. If you get any breaking news, though, obviously you got to do your job. And if you want to tweet it, obviously first, because that's what you get paid off of, and then we'll just cover it immediately afterwards. We completely understand for the rest of the season, amen.
Hey, the only thing that would get me to stand down on your show right now would be if something happened with Jamar Chase. And so if the Bengals and Jamar Chase want to get something done as we speak, that we'll stand down and we could tweet it on live TV. That would be awesome, right? Like that would be fantastic.
That'd be some journalistic standard research.
Yeah, amen.
That'd be up there. You know what I mean? That'd be the journalistic standard almost. That'd be crazy.
I'd have to report it. I'd have to report it as reported first on the Pat McAfee show.
Well, that happens a lot. A lot of people don't report that that way. Yeah. But nonetheless, you do whatever you have to do. We're very thankful of your time. Speaking of time, there's going to be a time in a different country coming up to kick off this entire weekend on Friday night. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Shefty, we obviously know the NFL is very bullish and excited about global expansion, evidenced by his marquee game on Friday night between the Packers and the Eagles in Brazil. And while some of the players are very excited about the actual game itself, Darius Slay had this to say about actually playing in Brazil.
Sure. Week 1, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait, but man, I do not want to go to Brazil. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. They already told us not to leave the hotel. They told us we can't do too much going on because the crime rate is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, NFL, why y'all want to send us somewhere with the crime rate this high and like we got the country? So, the first thing people thinking is like something terrible can possibly happen. I told my family do not come down there because I'm not going to be nowhere to be found. Really, I'm going to be in a hotel chilling, minding my business, playing my game after a long 9.5-hour flight. So I don't have no intentions on doing that. I'm going to eat hotel food. I'm doing everything. But they said, yeah, man, it's going to be pretty crazy down there. Police said they're going to be, try to be the best they can possibly be, the top flight security of the world, Greg. So, go for that, man. But I'll do it.
Yeah, big Dom, obviously. But, Jeffy, with that being said, how did the NFL come to this decision?
Shut up.
What kind of actual, how worried are they about the potential threats that this game could pose?
Well, they do so much work on these games in advance, and I don't know that they pose any more threats than any other game in any other country.
What?
And the league is determined to grow the game internationally, to do whatever it takes, so much so that you're seeing them pull a game out of Philadelphia, a marquee matchup, and putting it in Brazil on Friday night of week 1. And it's a great matchup. It's a marquee game here that Brazil gets, and Philadelphia is deprived of. The Packers themselves, they're not thrilled about the idea of going to Brazil, but they don't have to go to Philadelphia, and they're playing on a neutral field, which I think is huge. But the league feels like there's these huge opportunities in these foreign countries. And look, I think there's just a ton of security that's in place. The Eagles are staying at the airport. It's not like they're going sightseeing in Brazil. It's a total business trip. That's what it is. And I think everybody knows they're taking extra precautions, being careful. And even today, I had Russell Okung, the former offensive lineman. He was all worked up about the fact that people would say anything negative about Brazil. He's like, this is the most beautiful country. It's awesome there. People are going to love it there. So there's that other side, too, that people aren't hearing about. But because it's essentially away from what normally happens, it's a break in the routine, people are wondering how it will be. You just never know. I'll tell you this. We used to do Monday Night Football games in Mexico City, and they always bring you these cars, and they're extra careful with you, taking precautions. And I was walking out with the Monday Night Countdown team back to the parking area where there were a bunch of people that were taking us back to the hotel supposedly, and all of a sudden I'm standing there and I get in a car. They go, hotel? I go, hotel. And I get in the car by myself with nobody around, and I'm about 3 minutes in and I start having heart palpitations. I'm like, oh my God, I just got into the wrong car. Like, these people could be taking me anywhere right now. Like, I started texting some of the ESPN people on SitePad, right? Like, hey, am I in the right car? Did I get in the right place? Am I in the wrong spot? Did I get kidnapped? Like, I was...
But then...
I'm telling you, I was scared.
But then you got delivered to the right spot, right? And you immediately thought to yourself, like, of course there's more good people than bad people. And it's like, the same thing here with, like, when we went to Dublin.
Yeah.
And we went to Ireland. Like, if you wanted to find negative headlines about a place, you could probably go and find...
Anywhere.
But what we found was...
Yeah.
With Paris and France, whenever you talk about what the Olympics happen, it's like for these big events, I don't know if it's how it is normally, okay? I don't care about any of that. But I do know that normally for these big events, like the country, everybody wants to show like the absolute best. Yeah, absolutely.
They want to put their best foot forward. They're great places to visit, all these things. But there's trouble in New York City. There's trouble in Connecticut. There's trouble in Indianapolis. You just got to be smart.
Nicest fans in the league, though. Let's make sure that came out. Indianapolis, nicest fans in the entire NFL. But it is
absolutely.
I do appreciate though that like Big Dom and them are telling them over there, like, hey, this ain't like you said, this ain't a sightseeing. Okay, we are going to be on the resort. We are staying on the resort here.
It's not even a resort. It's a hotel at the airport. It's not even a resort. It's just it's an airport hotel.
9.5 hours. Brazil's got resort. I mean, they got
plenty of. We'll say that a Holiday Inn Express. All right, very nice.
All right, come down here, get some muffins. We're shipping in some Philly cheesesteaks. You guys feel like you're at home.
They'll have the breakfast buffet all set up for everybody. It'll be great.
That's awesome. All right, let's go to Thursday night's game for anything we might potentially need. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, any updates, I guess, injury-wise, Kansas City or Baltimore? I know Hollywood Brown is banged up. He'll be out. But any other injury news, that game coming up?
Well, the interesting thing is that I think Samaje Perine is going to be the backup running back here for Isaiah Pacheco, it sounds like. And he's going to get some work, Andy Reid said yesterday. So I think that's notable in light of the fact that they look like they're looking for another backup running back. But they also had a sense that Hollywood Brown would not be playing in this game. And it sounds like he's got a chance to be back in week 2, which is basically a similar timeline to what happened last year with Travis Kelce when he hurt his knee a couple of days before the game. People were wondering whether he would play. He didn't play that week, and then he came back in week 2. And I think that Hollywood Brown will have a chance to come back in week 2 when he's healthier. And the interim, they're going to have to rely on some of these other guys.
That game is awesome to start the season with. I think we all agree with that. What is the expected numbers for these games? Because if you've seen these college football numbers were like 150, 180% of what it had been in the past. Numbers are up for football, I assume. For this, it's going to be gigantic. Is there an expected number, or what do you think it is going to be?
Pat, I don't know what the number is, but I'm taking the over, okay? I'm taking the over because it's going to be over whatever anybody is expecting, because it always is, because it always seems to get more popular, because more people are betting on it, more people are playing fantasy football, more people are invested in it. There's more young girls who are into football because of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Like, there are just so many factors that drive up the popularity of the sport. Whatever they're expecting, I'd be surprised if it didn't beat last year's number. It'll beat last year's number probably pretty handsomely.
How about when at the beginning people were pissed about Taylor Swift being shown during games? And then, it's so stupid. But people were, football people were very, very, very upset about it. And I assume there's still people that are upset about it. But I heard some stat, like 40% or 41% of the people who watch the Super Bowl were female, and then the percentage of like younger girls that were watching is like 800% what it's ever been in the past. It's like, hey, anything that grows our sport is good, because more of our sport around the world is good. You know, the lessons that are learned in football from discipline and leadership and working hard and diligency and American dreams coming true, like our sport's good to grow into new places. And it's like, shout out to the Swiftie. Hey, shout out. That's a real deal. And I have a daughter, obviously, who's 16 months, so she hasn't really got a chance to get into football. But if I was a football dad and my daughter got into it, which there was, thousands, if not millions of these stories being told on the internet last year, like, me and my daughter spent more time together on a Sunday watching football than we ever have because of Taylor and Travis. It's like, that's awesome for the game and for everybody's life as a whole.
Yeah, the growth of flag football right alongside it. Obviously, I would be in the Olympics, but it would be college scholarship for that. My daughter was in high school. She played as a freshman, played some flag football, so it is exciting to see the game grow, not only with the men, but obviously with the girls.
Let's go!
Yeah, I remember last year, late in the year, after it had come out that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating, I can't tell you how many Sunday night dinners where I get to put on football with my wife and daughter, and they're tuned in, they're riveted, they're watching, whereas before, they weren't doing that. They didn't really care, and now they want to see Taylor in the box. They want to see what's going on there. So it absolutely has brought in additional viewers, a larger audience. The NFL knows that. They help cater to that. So I want to thank them for allowing me to put football on at my Sunday night dinner table occasion. It's very nice.
To Swift in the box, the whole thought of, like, you getting a chance to look incredibly cool, too. Like, at dinner, what a moment. Wait till you have that mustache.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Speaking of parents and setting their kids up, Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Chester, right now it feels like Deion Sanders is kind of angling at Shedeur going to perhaps the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm not just throwing
Is that happening?
here, but
Yeah, but no. But you're the second person to bring that. Mike Trout texted me about that this morning.
boom.
Same thing.
That's Mike Trout. Mike Trout good?
But go ahead. No, and I name dropped just because it's the second time within an hour that somebody's brought up Shedeur Sanders.
We love Mike.
Very hot. One of the GOATs, but seriously, like, when you hear something like that from any parent in general, but especially like an NFL alumni legend like Deion Sanders, is that something that, teams take note of very seriously? Because he didn't just say it about Shedeur. He also said with Travis Hunter, too, like, hey, if these teams are up at the top and they want to take one of these guys, we're not just going anywhere. Like, we will do the Eli Manning, Archie Manning kind of move.
And listen, Deion is incredibly sharp and savvy, and I would never say that he's wrong, but we don't even know where teams are drafting. There may be a team that's picking 1 or 2 or 3 that his son or Travis Hunter are okay going with, but there are any number of players that want to go certain places, and it is very difficult to execute it. I can't tell you how many times there's been a player who wanted to go somewhere that didn't get his wish. Yes, you're bringing up the Eli Manning example, but for every one of those, there are way more examples of guys that preferred to be elsewhere. Like, how about this past year? Like, you don't think Jaden Daniels would have liked to have been with his former college coach Antonio Pierce in Las Vegas? There was no way that he could help influence the process, and he wants to go to Washington where it seems like he loves it and everybody lives happily ever after. But there are a lot of players that want to go certain places. Unfortunately for players, that's not how the draft works. Now, there are occasionally situations where it comes together, where there's a quarterback draft class where the Chargers don't mind trading Eli Manning because they're getting back Phillip Rivers or whatever it may be. But it is very difficult for people to dictate that full year. Now, again, I know we're in a different year where you could say, okay, well, we're going to sit out the entire year and come back in the draft and we'll make NIL money and do ads, but you're not playing football for a year. You're building up some scar tissue for your reputation. You don't know what the draft order is going to be, and if there's a team you don't want to go to in 2025, there may be another team in 2026. You're going to sit again and just wait until the year and the team comes up that you want? It doesn't work like that. As much respect and as much love as I have for Deion.
And one kid's playing 9 years of college ball, so maybe
they scoring tons.
And to be clear, Dak's deal is up. What's the future look like? Who knows? Are they angling for Shedeur to Dallas? And I'll tell you.
I can tell you.
Oh, all right, bro.
Dallas is thinking about winning a title and winning a division and going far in the press. And then in the offseason, they'll think like that. Like, who knows where they're going to be drafting the Cowboys? You have no idea. Like, Deion and Shedeur can play in Dallas, and that's admirable and that's great. But it's just not how the process works.
The Colts don't need a quarterback, obviously, to get AR for the next 10 years, sure. I'll tell you, whenever I heard people saying, like, Shedeur's going to be the first quarterback off the board after last year, I was like, man, they didn't win any games. Really, that's going to be tough. And I watched that game against North Dakota State, and I'm like,
Caleb Williams didn't win a lot last year. John Elway never won a lot in college. Like, there are guys that don't win a lot in college that go on and have pretty great NFL careers.
No, but also, like, him not leaving. I mean, there's even something to be said about him choosing not to leave whenever he could definitely have gone to a team that could be a national champion contender.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, him choosing not to do that. You can spin that in, like, dude's a dog and very loyal, obviously not only to his dad, but to Colorado whenever he said he was going to come and play and do his thing. And then with how tough he is, he got sacked the most last year and got up every single time. And then he took some massive shots from North Dakota State. I get it. He took some massive shots, though. And it's almost like like this one right here, bang, takes a shot, and then what? On top of, he rolls over on top of the guy, gets up, like pushing. He like has his dog mentality.
For sure.
It is a.
He can play. He can play. That guy's really good. Really good.
Really good. All right, last question, because we know you have to go, especially potentially to shave and everything like that. Speaking of guys that are really good, and I think Shador even mentions this guy whenever he says, I need to go into this guy's mode. Brady mode is something that I think Shador thinks about whenever he's playing. A lot of people admire. There's a lot of shit going on with him right now. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, I've seen some reports. Obviously, Tom Brady making his debut in the booth this year, but still trying to get that ownership approved with the Raiders. Any truth to him not being able to go to practice or production meetings if that ownership stake goes through?
Well, I think there are some people in the league that are like that, and they get very paranoid and proprietary about that. And you can understand, we went through this with the rules last week. I think, though, that Tom Brady probably would think that, hey, he doesn't need to go to practice to understand how a player is playing, and he doesn't need to sit through meetings to understand how a player is playing, that he can do this on his own without that. So, again, if there are some owners that want to impose rules like that prevent him from going to a practice, then he probably won't go to practice. Again, there are some people that will be very careful about that. There are a lot of paranoid people in the league, but I think Tom Brady's going to go out, and he's going to go out and try to do the best job he can. And I'm fired up to watch him on Sunday in Cleveland against the Cowboys. He's going to do a great job because he loves the game, he cares about it. He knows exactly what drives these guys, and he's going to bring a unique perspective. There aren't many people who have operated at his level of success who have gone on to have successful broadcasting careers. And in my mind, that's probably just yet another obstacle, another mountain that he's looking to challenge, and I think he's going to do a great job.
I think so, too. Troy, because the Cowboys obviously had their dynasty and everything like that, but the amount of work that Troy's had to put in for all these years when he could just be retired, Hall of Fame, have his own beer, travel the world, do it all. The amount of work that Tom's going to put into this is just, like, admirable. But that's why it costs so much to get some of these guys to do their thing. Speaking of costing so much, you're on Good Morning America. When were you on Good Morning America? I didn't know you're morning national news. I didn't know you were Good Morning America. Adam Schefter. I'm going to change my intro of you. Holy shit. When was this?
Yeah, that was Friday. It seemed like, they were having us on to talk about fathers and daughters with fantasy football, and it's a real treat to wake up your 16-year-old daughter to have to travel into New York City at like 4:30 in the morning. She actually, it was an interesting day because she does Slime Time on Nickelodeon. It's her 4th year of doing TV there.
Congrats.
So that was the day that we started out in New York City, came home. She had an interview set up with Mike McCarthy, the first coach that she's ever interviewed for Slime Time that's going to air on Slime Time. And he was awesome. He was really generous and kind with his time that day. They were having computer issues getting it set up.
Of course.
And literally, Mike McCarthy stayed there making suggestions for 30 minutes about, hey, let's try this, let's try this.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a yinzer. That's a yinzer. That's a good guy.
It's a week before his opener. Like, I would have said, to take me back, let me know when it's back running. Let me know when it's running. I'll get back here. And Mike was doing that. But to get to go on Good Morning America with my daughter, that was awesome. Loved being with her there. And we had a great time there.
There's some real journalistic standard-looking question coming at you. Right there, the lean, the head.
Yeah, that was Wick Johnson. Yeah, he was trying to get to the bottom of, who we were taking in our fantasy football drafts and how we were operating. He wanted to make sure that I wasn't influencing my daughter's picks too much. And did a great job interviewing us, and my daughter handled it very well.
Hell yeah. She almost turned 16, so what are we getting? Bentley? Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we, you know what I mean? His birthday.
She'll be lucky if we get her big wheels.
Gee! Was Wick Taunton asking about that? Gee! Louise!
Now, by the way, she keeps asking, can we get in the car? Can I put your car in drive? No, don't. Can I park? No. When are we going driving? Like, she gets her permit in October. I'm like, oh, God, like, we just keep talking about this. Like any young kid who can't wait to get their driving permit.
Take her out to some land somewhere.
Yeah,
Put her in a truck.
Church parking lot.
Do what you gotta do. Church parking lot. Get some gravel, too, so she can maybe work a little bit. You know, get the back end float. We appreciate you joining us, Shefty. Football season's here. Let's enjoy the hell out of it.
Thank you for having me, guys. Enjoy week 1.
You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Schefter. All right, we have a conversation here now with somebody who is in a very important position in a group of journalists that do a lot of good.
Amen.
All right, I think that's a good way to describe this.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I think it's the AP is obviously they do change lives. The awards and all this stuff. You know, the AP is considered the Associated Press. They consider the class of the class. There is a man that we have gotten a chance to meet a few times who is for the NFL, who has introduced himself to us a few different times, talked to us a few different times, talked about the future of football a few different times, and we found him to be incredibly engaging, charming, knowledgeable, and funny. He is not answering this phone.
Worst possible.
I like it. But not like that.
This is bombing me out. I've been waiting for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, senior NFL writer for the Associated Press, and I believe their leader over there at NFL AP, friend of the program now, Ramon. How you doing, brother?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hey, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us as we embark on another fantastic NFL season. The way I introed you there is you're a senior NFL writer and a leader of the NFL AP. Is that an accurate description, and what all does that kind of come with?
I wouldn't say leader. I am the senior NFL writer. We have a lot of great leaders in our department, and editors, and all that along the way. But yes, I cover the NFL. I covered originally Philly sports, the Eagles, the Phillies, all those teams for 22 plus years. 3 years ago became the AP senior NFL writer. So it's a fun gig. It's a great job. And as I told my wife the other day, Sunday, I'm going to be busy for the next, I believe, 23 Sundays, guys. I think there's something that we got going on for 23 straight Sundays. We're not going to be available, but hey, guess what? I get paid for it. That's what I tell her.
Hey,
I get paid for it. She can't complain.
Well, it certainly can and should potentially for certain different times of the season, especially when there's a drought of good games for like 2-3 weeks in primetime spots, which is inevitable. It happens every season. We will be prepared for it. The AP gives out awards, right? That is a big part of the entire process. You change lives and careers and bank accounts with these awards. Can you tell me more about the AP awards and how they come together?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, we start with the AP All-Pro rosters that we put out at the end of the season, right before the wildcard games come out on that Friday. And then, of course, the AP NFL Awards, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, Offensive, Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive, Defensive Rookies of the Year. So as part of that, guys, we have 50 voters from across the country, some former players, some former coaches, a lot of media who cover the NFL. And guys, if you're ready, I have a special announcement because I thought that you can't have a panel, and we've had a lot of turnover since I started this gig 2 years ago. We've had about 20 new voters come in, a lot of fresh blood, a lot of new perspective.
Yeah.
So I thought a show that can get Bill Belichick to give up a Super Bowl ring with the San Francisco 49ers, because if he goes there, they may as a defensive assistant or whatever, Kyle Shanahan was all, he probably, I thought the Pat McAfee show should be represented on the AP voter panel. And with that, your guy, Tone, going to be a member of the AP's voter panel.
AP Tone! AP Tone! AP Tone! AP Tone! Rob, we can't thank you enough for that honor. Congrats to you, Tone. And I'll tell you what, Rob, for all the people that don't know who Tone is, and he's wearing a Glenn Bell, if you And Glenn Powell, if you can feel it, chase it, twist your shirt. John Diggs is dialed in studies it, and you're going to take this as an honor of a lifetime, right?
This is an honor of a lifetime. This is the most serious thing that I will ever have to do in my life. Okay, I've been married. I have a daughter, but this is as serious as it gets. Okay.
Is there any rules we need to remember or live by?
Oh man,
Anything we should
Pat. I'm great. I'm glad you mentioned that because Tone, you're receiving a letter. I want you to read through that letter thoroughly. There are some restrictions, man, and I know you guys got to do a show every day, and you're going to talk about this, and you're going to talk who's voting for MVP and who's the leading contender and all that. That's great, but you cannot personally reveal any of your votes until NFL honors, until those are announced at NFL honors. It's a big deal. There's gambling involved, all this stuff. You can't do it.
Got it. Has that happened in the past? I assume that it definitely has happened in the past. Had to have happened.
Well, guys, there's been two instances, two former quarterbacks. Okay, first one last year, Tom Brady, the GOAT, was a first-year panel member, and I believe maybe 3 or 4 weeks left in the season. He's got Christian McCaffrey on his podcast, and Tom tells Christian he's going to vote for him for MVP. So he actually did it. He didn't vote for Christian for MVP.
He did not vote.
He did not. But I got to reprimand the GOAT and say, hey, in his defense, he had not read through the entire invitation letter, didn't know at the time, only said he was leaning towards it. But that's one instance. The other one, far more egregious, guys, and I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help with this because he's a friend of your show. He's a great guy. He's a terrific analyst. He's a former quarterback in the NFL. Dan Orlovsky, after sending me the ballot, screenshot of the ballot and posted on Twitter.
Come on, Dano! Come on, Dano!
I'm instantly, I'm texting Dan, hey man, bro, you gotta take that down. And Dan's like, yeah, no problem. But can I ask? He goes, can I ask why? I'm like, bro, did you read the email? Like I've been sending you for 2, 3, 4 months. So here's the deal. I'm gonna need your help.
Okay.
Stake of that proportion. Why replace Dan or
No, Rob. Don't do it. Don't replace him. Come on. I'm gonna hurt out. We appreciate you. Rob Body of the AP. We're back on the other side. Cheers.
It ain't my dad's razor, man. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face. Game changer. While it flexes contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke for the ultimate Gillette shaving experience. The best the man can get is Gillette Labs.
No matter what kind of teeth you got brushed, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired run brush it, hook them, cleans it, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B. DSG, only at Dick's.
Tonight we have cassava salad, bearberry prawns, suya grilled lamb, pride of West Africa, jollof rice.
Immersive dinners with world-class chefs. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more. What's yours?
Happy birthday, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this.